And we're back. I have to apologize for delaying the video, but and this is part 2 of my walkthrough of the Japaridze tarot. I am 8 months pregnant with twins, so I had to get up and nature calls. So let's just leave it at that. And I'm going to go on promptly to the cup soup because that was the next one I could grab. I love all the aces, I really do. I like this one for the 2 of cups or 2 of tides. This one comes up all the time for my personal readings with my family and close friends because I shouldn't get into it because it really does get into some personal stuff, and I don't know if they want me to publish that kind of information on YouTube, but it's not a bad thing, but it kind of to explain it a little bit deeper, it kind of gets into, it just kind of it explains the card a little bit too well and what it means for them. And I like this. I like how they're both kind of have their back to each other, though. I love this. I really do. I connect with it at a very somber level. I really like it. And I love this card for childhood. And I love this one. Of course, I love every card in this deck because it's been my home deck for 2 years, so I can't really say that I love this card. Oh no, I love this card more. I like that one card more. I really do like this one. I like that too. And here's my 10 of tides, which I love, love, love the colors. I love the colors. I want to bottle it up and put it on my wall. And I like, of course I do like the gestures and the court cards, but they're not my favorites. I could get what they mean and what they are just by looking at them. But I'm kind of into the Thoth layout where I'm more into when the court cards are kings, queens, prince and princesses, or knight and princesses. I kind of relate to that a lot more. However, Jesters does work for the Rider-Waite system a lot. And I love this card. This card had popped up a few times. And it is on the darker side of the card meaning, I should say. It's definitely a lot more on the darker side of the meaning of the cards. This card, I should say. Because the Knight of Cups can be charming and romantic, like a snake, kind of like him. I kind of view him as a snake more than a lizard, even though I think they're more lizard speckles than snake speckles. But it could be very, very alluring. And sometimes what you think you're getting is not what you're getting. And that's why I love this card. And it's a darker aspect of the Knight of Cups, but I love how it reads. It reads very, very well. And this is actually kind of a darker side of the Queen of Cups, too. But I love her. And here's the King of Cups. I don't really connect to the Kings as much in this deck, I have to confess. Versus the some of the other cards. I kind of like some of the other cards more than the King. Alright, I'm going to pursue Wands. My camera's so awkward. But I love the fire. This is awesome. Kind of reminded not so long ago here in Western Virginia. We had a fire up on the Skyline Drive. I don't know how much of a national news it made, or American news, I should say. American national news, I should say. It made, but it kind of reminds me of that in a strange way, now that it's happened a lot more recently. I really do love this card. This card is, I believe, on the box. Yep, it is. It's on the box, and it's a very, very beautiful card. I really love how it reads. And I love this card. My air balloons. Love it. Love it. I love this as far as celebration. Love the Skellymans. Of course, the Six of Fire is really nice. I like that. Ooh, I love that too. I like that. I love this card. Oh man. I love how it reads. Oh my goodness. I gotta stop saying that throughout the whole entire walkthrough, but this is so hard not to. I love this as the Jester of Fires. He's very fiery Jester. And this is another one of the dark side of the, more on the darker side of the wands. I really love this, Knight of Wands. He is a fiery energy, and he can be anything that he wants to be. Very, very good. I love this energy of this card. I love how she's a little bit, she's a fiery woman, but she's a kind of almost like the solitudeness of, she kind of reminds me more of Solitude in this particular deck. But I like it. And I love him. He's actually one of my favorites in this deck as far as kings. I just said I didn't like the kings in this deck. I like this one. This one's my favorite king. But I'm also a fire sign, so everything fire is awesome to me. Alright, let's go to the beautiful gardens, or the pentacles. The pentacles in this deck is actually quite gorgeous. I'm not much of an pentacles. Actually, no, I take that back. I lied. To my fire, I really love the pentacles. I don't usually like the cup suits very much, but the cup suits in this deck was very nice. But I am very earthy. I love the earth balance to my fire, so I love this one. Alright, let me see if I can have it focus a little bit better. I think that made it focus a little bit better. Good. I love this as far as the balance and the juggle. I love this guy with his painting of the girl and practicing his craft. It's really, 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 really cool. I like this too. Now this is a Five of Pentacles, and you could just see the despair and sorrow in this deck, out in the cold and kind of homeless in a way. This really can irk an emotion. Oh, poop. So this one is the Six of Gardens. I really do like this one too. It's not so bad. I love that you could read it in a reverse or upright. I don't usually do reversals in my decks when I do readings, but I do it upright, and I do it upright, and you could get a reading reverse or upright just based on your intuition, and that's what I use for my reversals, my intuition actually. And I like this guy's pretty cool. I would love to sit with the energy of this guy. He's a mad scientist in the lab, working on his art, or working on his crafts, which I really love. And I love her, even though it doesn't really picture to me what the Nine of, or is this the Nine of Gardens? Never mind, I thought it was the Ten of Gardens. I was going to say that it doesn't really depict the Ten of Gardens very much. But I like her. She really, seeing her things blossom into life too, and she's very beautiful. I don't see her being so much the Ten of Pentacles, but I love how she, I guess you can, but I could still rate it as the Ten of Pentacles, don't get me wrong. She has all these abundance of grapes and a vineyard in the background. I really love that. So she's not alone, I think, but she has a family because you got the houses in the background. So yeah, you could read it, definitely. I love the butterflies at the court card here. And I love the Chester. Oh, I love him. He is my favorite. He's not my absolute. Everything's my favorite. Just leave it at that. He's my favorite as far as the Knight of Pentacles go. I just love how he looks. It's so awesome, and I think it depicts. You can read it very well. Love her. She is like an Amazon goddess. I love that. And of course, I love his harem pants. I want his pants and his sword and whatever he has in his hands, like a fruit or something. But that is my Japaridze tarot. I was really trying to make it a brief walkthrough, but a walkthrough nonetheless. This is the back of the cards. I guess I could trim it if I really felt inspired to. But I don't have the U.S. gaming system's copyrights right here. And quite honestly, I don't really... the borders on it are so thin on it that it would be very, very, very nitpicky of me if I started trimming it. And I don't think I think most of the artwork is geared towards the center. I actually did trim my Paulina tarot. And I was actually surprised how it scared me because trimming her deck, because the Paulina tarot, it had so much artwork on the edges and the borders and stuff, and so when I was trimming it, I was feeling like I was trimming on some of the art in it. But I feel like if one were to trim this deck, you would pretty much spare a lot of the art in it. And I would highly suggest, if you did trim it, get, I have two types of trimmers. I'll show you those really, really quick with this video. I got some time to do that. I got from Michael's two types of border trimmers. One is a big border trimmer like this one. And I'm not going to trim my deck, but I will show you. But it would make more rounded edges or smaller. I think I could get them together. Yeah, smaller border trimmers. I would probably recommend for this tarot deck, if you were one of those avid deck trimmers like I am, go with the smaller border trimmers on it. And you get these at Michael's, and I think they're about $3 to $5 each. They might be a little bit more expensive, but they're very, very, very worth it if you're an avid deck trimmer like myself. and they are a good investment. And I would highly suggest, if you're also a deck trimmer but you're scared of your own keywords being lost in outer space, get a Dymo maker. One of these is great. It's too expensive to, if you keep trimming off the borders to do it, use it as a way with your decks, but it's, if you don't, or not scared, if you're scared of handwriting, but you're not scared of everything else, I think that you could definitely use that Dymo maker and everything will be great. But that's my take on the Japaridze Tarot, and I hope someone will finally recognize this deck for what it is, and I'll see you next time.